Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Sammy. Just thought I'd hop on here and go live for a little while tonight. Just been chilling. Let me know if that music is too loud for you guys, okay? Because I can turn it down some more. I can't even hear it that much. I love background voice, so it's playing. But yeah, anyway, tonight, we're talking about why knowing your pattern still isn't changing them. Okay. I just did a summit with a couple of friends where this was like a big topic. It was called Unmasked. You can actually find the replays on here if you're interested in that. Um, but yeah, we talked about how when you've been living in survival, you put on these masks that you wear for so long. Eventually, you think that they're your identity, but they aren't. They're not who you are. They're just something that you learned. But that also means it's something that you can unlearn. You can learn something else in your place. But today, I want to talk to you about something that, to me, is incredibly frustrating. When you've already done the work, you've already done a lot of healing, and you know exactly what your pattern is, but you're still watching it take over when the moment actually hits. That sucks. And I know what it's like. And that's why I do what I do now, because I've been there. I struggled with that so hard for so long. And I've really been able to completely shift all of it and change everything and drastically transform my life. So that's why I do this now. But yeah, let's talk about this. For a lot of the people that I work with, or myself, I traced the pattern back. I knew what the trigger was. I understood my wounds. I knew what happened to me in my childhood and my adult life, why I was the way I was. I journaled about it. I went to therapy. At one point, I was taking 10 different pills. Um, yeah, it was a lot. Um, I read personal development books. I did the spiritual work, all of it. But it didn't change it. It didn't change how I showed up. It didn't change how I actually was in my day to day life. It didn't change that I still reacted. Um, that I pretty much ended every day being disappointed in myself, which created a whole nother cycle of anger and shame. See, the problem isn't that you aren't self aware enough. Most of you are really painfully fucking aware. It sucks how aware you are. See, the thing is the moment. What actually happens in the moment? A moment where your chest tightens or you start with feeling really, really uncomfortable and then you react. You shut down or you people please again or you over explain or abandon yourself. And it sucks. And it's like everything that you know, everything you've learned, it's like it just disappeared. But it didn't because you still know. I know for me, I would be in my head the whole time being like, what the fuck are you doing? Just calm down. I just couldn't access it while survival was still driving. And that's a big problem. And the thing that no one is talking about is to actually change that, we've got to start working on safety and capacity. See, awareness lives in the mind, but survival has been practiced over and over and over again in the body. And this doesn't mean that your healing failed. It means that knowing the pattern and having a new practical response are two different things. Knowing the pattern, being aware, and actually having the safety, feeling safe enough to feel whatever you need to feel or to do whatever you need to do and having the capacity to do it, that's two very different things. One thing I really want to stress here that I feel like so many people miss. The goal, okay, I talked about the moment. That's what we need to focus on, right? Is the moment. It's really the moment before. We need to start noticing what's happening in our bodies. The moment before you react. When you can start noticing that moment, that's when you can actually really, really start shifting things, really start changing things. Okay. And sometimes, if you've been in survival for a really long time, it's hard to access that moment like when it's actually happening. Sometimes you might need to later, when you're calm, go back and revisit it and see what you can notice about how you felt in your body and all of that. That's what we need to learn to notice. And then when we figured that out, we need to learn to pause. Where a lot of people get this wrong is they think that the goal is to pause perfectly and peacefully. This is not the goal at all. Sometimes the pause is taking one breath and saying, "Give me a minute," and leaving the room and going and beating the shit out of your bed with the pillow. I have this like pillow that's like about perfect for beating the hell out of something with. Okay. Or maybe it's just noticing I'm about to do this thing. And then you even do it anyway. The pause doesn't have to look graceful. It just has to interrupt the spell. I call them survival spells, long enough for you to have a choice. And here's the thing, don't think I'm getting too witchy on you right here. A survival spell is just a behavior or an experience or something like that that's happened so often in your life that you believe it to be a fact. You believe it to be 100% true. That's what a survival spell is. And that's what the pause is for. The pause is to interrupt that so that you actually have a choice. It doesn't mean every time you're going to choose the right choice, but it's a start because I guarantee you, the more and more you create that choice, the more and more you'll be able to choose. I'm not even going to say the right choice, the choice you wanted. I don't like using right and wrong. Our language focuses way too much on right and wrong. And that is one of the things that fucks us up so much. Sometimes it's not as simple as that. So, yeah. Anyway, the pause is super important. And it's also super important to know you're not going to get it right every time. And that it doesn't have to be perfect. That it can be really messy and chaotic. And eventually it gets easier. It gets more peaceful. But it still won't be that all the time. Like the way I see it is I personally want challenges in my life, okay? Because without challenges, we can't have breakthroughs, we can't have growth. So I see them as a catalyst for me to reach the levels I want to reach in my life, not a negative thing. And crap, I kind of forgot where I was going with that. My thoughts left the realm. They do that sometimes. Neurodivergent brain here. Um, I forgot what point I was trying to make there. Give me a second. I'm gonna think and see if it comes back to me. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, yeah, it's not coming back to me. So, whatever. We'll keep moving on. Spirit's telling me that that was not important. That's what I take that as. Um. Anyway, yeah, it's just when we pause, we start interrupting it. And oh, I remember what I was saying. Anyway, when we reach new levels, we reach like new levels of difficulties, we reach new challenges and stuff like that. So, no matter how long you've been practicing the pause and you've been healing and doing the work and all of that, there's still going to be times that are messy. There's still going to be times that you're not perfect or that you don't show up the way you want to. And that's okay, because we'll reach new levels with bigger problems, with another thing to overcome. That's just life, and that's totally okay. So, wherever you're at, that's where you're at. Accept it. Don't shame yourself for it. Shaming yourself for it is not going to get you anywhere else. Accept it and move forward. Start taking action to embody the person that you want to be, to embody the person that can hold the life you want to have. And it takes building safety to do that too. As humans, we avoid pain. So when we start to feel things, we try to shut it down. We try to run away from it. Sometimes we need to just take a breath and say, I am safe to feel what I am feeling right now. And just feel it. I bawled my eyes out the other morning. Just cried my eyes out because I was going through some stuff. Got some family stuff going on lately. And I woke up and I had some anxiety and was feeling panicky. And I didn't even really, there wasn't a specific thing on my mind or anything. I didn't chase it away. I didn't try to shove it down or focus on something else. I let myself cry. And then I felt better. So I want to ask you to try an experiment over the next week. I want you to choose one sign that tells you that survival is starting to take over. Maybe it's a tight chest or racing thoughts. It could be an urge to explain yourself, or instantly jumping to anger, or instantly shutting down, or just wanting to make the discomfort disappear. I want you to just choose one. Just one. We're not trying to change everything overnight. And when you notice that sign, I don't want you to immediately fix the whole pattern. I want you to just say, and it's really good if you can say it out loud, but you don't have to. Something in me is trying to protect me right now. What happens if I wait 10 seconds before I obey? Try that for a week. See what happens. Come back and let me know. Like, subscribe, save this video. Come back. Let me know what happens if you try that. Okay? So, the gap between knowing your pattern and being able to choose differently is exactly why I created the Alchemy Shift. It's not more information for you to consume. There's enough of that out there. You can go tell AI to give you everything you need. It's 6 weeks of guided practice through videos, audio experiences, real life cheat sheets, journal prompts, and worksheets and stuff. And you also get monthly group coaching calls. This round of people that sign up, because this is still a newer thing, are going to get forever coaching calls. Usually people get 8 months of group coaching calls. This is forever. You get forever. Forever coaching calls. It's $97. We're going to have 6 weekly releases. You can complete them at your own pace, but I don't want people doing it faster than that. You have access to this forever. Once you buy this, you keep it forever. And this round receives lifetime access to the monthly group coaching calls. I might end up making those bi-weekly calls, because since the lessons are being released weekly, it'll probably be easier for people, especially the ones only getting 8 weeks. I just want people to have support after they've finished with the training. So yeah. So anyway, if you want the details about the Alchemy Shift, then just comment a message shift and I will send you over details for that. And we can get you going. And it'll be incredible. I promise it'll be completely life changing. So anyway, I hope nobody has tried to chat because if you did, it didn't show up, and I'm sorry about that. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all tonight. Gonna get off of here, go eat some dinner, relax. Much love. I will see all of you guys next time. Bye.